Are there times at which being a jerk is institutionalized, and is this associated with criminal behavior?
Well, I mean, the second part to me is more like a hypothesis. If you sort of read histories of Enron, I think that looks to me like it might have been associated with criminal behavior, but it might have just been independent. But I mean, certainly, and this was sort of like Mike's earlier question, which was a great question. I didn't answer it. Like, is it a linear or non-linear thing? There's sort of a continuum of companies. There's some I'm not actually going to name, but I'm thinking of sort of like law firms and hospitals are especially nasty places where it does tend to be institutionalized, especially, by the way, in surgical training. There's a lot of nastiness. If you look at surveys of surgeons, they're one of the nastiest occupations around, and especially in surgical nurses, it's amazing how much grief they take. So there are some places more institutionalized, but to me it's sort of like a continuum. On one end you've got hospitals and some law firms I can think of. There was one law firm that I worked with, I won't use their name. I gave a talk there, and when I went there, I thought they all hated me, because every interaction I had with them, somebody would personally insult me. I'm not kidding. And finally, I started watching them in interaction with one another, and this was the norms in the law firm. And I've since found out about law firms. This law firm is especially famous for this kind of behavior. And towards, it's actually the beginning of my visit with them. This is to your point about being institutionalized. The way a guy described to me is, we used to be a nice law firm where there was a balance between economics and humanity. Now we're a mean law firm where it's all money all the time. So to me, that sounds like it's institutionalized. But then there's other organizations. I mentioned Success Factors. Google, I gave a version of sort of like a more formal talk at Google, and I kept pushing them. I said, so what about this don't be evil thing? And they said, well, you know, we hope it lasts, but this is a place where it just isn't efficient to be an asshole. So there is a range of possibilities.